What's going on, guys? Happy Thursday. Today's going to be Turn It Up Thursday. It's early in the morning. I hope that I am not too loud for some of you. I know you're just waking up. And I am Ashley Victoria Langford, your credit solutionist. I am the owner of PX Credit Solutions, where we help you secure your financial future today. I want to thank you guys for coming on this journey with me in creating the next phase of our business here at PX Credit Solutions. We're going into business creation, helping you guys start your small businesses for pennies on the dollar so you are not affected by today's topic, which is DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Just like you got hired, you're gonna get fired. All right. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. We're not too political here, so we're gonna touch on it really quick. I'm going to give you a little bit of motivation for your Thursday today going into your jobs and hopefully inspire you, and you can walk into your job with your head a little bit higher and knowing that you are worthy. You are more than your skin color. You are more than your gender. Okay. DEI is essentially this thing that is there because of what you look like, how you were born. Most of it has nothing to do with skill set. So I'm a little on the fence about whether or not it's a good or a bad thing. So if you are new to the channel, welcome. I appreciate you for making me a part of your morning. Get your coffee. Come on in. We're not doing martinis in the morning. Don't let me know what you're drinking unless it's water, coffee, kombucha, something that's going to work through your body and get you going. All right. That's what we're here for this morning. It's early. All right. And I'm in my red. You know, I got something to say. Now, if you find yourself being affected by the diversity, equity, and inclusion situation that's coming with this plan 2025, and oh God, it's so scary. I want you to not fret because you are in good company. Okay. It doesn't matter if you're a diversity and equity hire. It doesn't matter. If your position is redundant, it's redundant. And I want to explain why I'm talking about this and how I was thinking about tying it into the subject that I want to talk about today, which is DEI is going to get you if you're not prepared, but here's how to overcome it. You overcome it by taking agency of your life, agency of your future, letting that employer know in no uncertain terms and non-verbally, you are worth more than what you appear to be. You're worth more than a protected class. You are an individual. Yes, you are a snowflake. You could tell I'm a millennial. It is what it is, okay? But it's because when you get hired based on something superficial like that, the company is at liberty to let you go whenever they want to. You're still at will, okay? They were forced to hire you because, and me, whatever, whoever, they were forced to hire us because of something so superficial that has nothing to do with the job. That's why it's so easy to write it into these plans and subsequently let you go. Okay, I know that's a bummer to start your Thursday with, but that is the truth, okay? So I wanted to talk about this because my girl over at Black Women Making Money, Cherie Warwick, go check her out. Business beast, okay? Bomb. She was talking about that and how the elections are heating up and how DEI is definitely going to be something that's going to be talked about during this election. But I want you all to really have an objective view of it because it's going to be used to sway you emotionally. Now, there are some candidates, and I would venture to say a lot of people that are in the White House right now were diversity hires, and they only ended up there because of what they look like. We know this because our soon-to-be candidate or current candidate, one of them, is flip-flopping. One day she's this nationality or race, and then the next day she's this. Y'all, don't fall for that. That's the okie doke. Moving on. Now, when you think about diversity, equity, and inclusion, when you say diversity, that's a tricky one because immediately your average American citizen thinks, oh, it's got to be Black people. Not true. When you think diversity, diversity is more women in the workforce. Now, that's women of any race. There are more people of color in the workforce. That is not just Black people. That's Asians, that's Hispanics, that's Indians, Middle Easterns, Asians, which are Asian Indians, and then Asians, right? So that's everybody. It's not just Black people. So here's the thing. If you get hired based on a diversity hire, you can't be mad if you're the only one that looks like you in that job, but everybody else is diverse from you. It's already, I don't want to say a company is, well, okay, I was going to say the wrong term, but really think about this. A diversity, equity, and inclusion hire is not really hired based on merit. That's the first red flag. The second red flag when you get hired like that is that you, because DEI is relatively new, you are somebody that's getting in last. That means when redundancies happen and they start laying people off, you're the first to go. Not because of your color, it's because you don't have seniority, you don't have any tenure. So what do you expect to happen? It's not because Project 2025 is somehow racist. It's not that. It's that, hey, you wanted us to hire you because you look this way. But guess what? Now because of your seniority and because you want that equity and inclusion, we're treating you just like everybody else. And what we do with everybody else, regardless of their color, is if they are the latest to get hired, they are the first to get fired. Can I get an amen? You only know this when you remove the emotion from what you are looking at in the media. The media wants you to believe you're getting let go because of your color. There are companies that are going to do that. I'm not going to patronize you. Yes, there are companies that are going to do that. But on the legal scale, they can say, hey, you didn't actually have the qualifications. We were trying to fill a quota instilled by the government. And now that we don't need that position we just created out of thin air for you, now that we don't need it, you gotta go. It's no hard feelings. We did our part. We hired you. So I wanted to just make that clear because I feel like people are getting that the message of DEI is getting lost on a lot of people. Y'all are getting ready to go into these jobs right now with the wrong idea. I need you to walk in there objective. I want you to walk in there knowing this is temporary. I am not going to be at this business forever. I got bigger fish to fry, which is why you're tuned into this channel right now. I'm not looking at the chat. I don't care if it's 2 people in here or 1. If I'm reaching you and you know what I'm saying, let me know. Even if you disagree, leave a comment and we'll talk about it if you disagree. Okay? Now, when it comes to equity, like I said, you're going to get fired just like everybody else. If you are in a redundant position, you are the last to get hired, you're gone. And you can't complain. That's not wrongful termination. You asked to be equal. You asked for it, right? So inclusion really means, hey, stop ignoring me. And the squeaky wheel gets the grease, yes. But it's the same thing as when you were a kid and one of your siblings was a whiny baby. And they always had to whine to get what they wanted. That was the only way to make them be quiet. The only way to soothe them. So once they got what they wanted, they went and sat in the corner and then everybody ignored them, didn't they? You didn't respect your sibling anymore because they had to whine and cry to get what they wanted. And they didn't really earn the cookie. They didn't earn the popsicle, the otter pop. They didn't earn that. They cried and they whined. And that's how they got it. Now, I'm not saying people are crying and whining, but that's the strongest example I could give to you to really let you see how these business owners see that. Nobody wants to do a diversity and equity hire. They don't want to. It's not personal. I would hate to have to do it because if there's a person of a certain nationality across town that is more qualified than somebody that looks like me, I really have to take a hard look and say, okay, is the person that looks like me, this is just an example, is the person that looks like me going to do a better job than the person that I know is credentialed and has 10 years of experience? I have to ignore their experience and sacrifice my business success because of the color of that person's skin? No way. And you guys, groups matter. Diamond Dave talks about this all the time. The people that run this country are in groups. They are not lone wolves that get picked out of a group because of diversity, equity, and inclusion. They're people that already know people. I cannot tell you how many jobs I've gotten because I know a guy. I even told Cherie in the live stream yesterday that I got hired one time because somebody said, "Oh, you look cosmopolitan. I like you." That is so silly when you think about it, but that's how people get into jobs. It's who you know. Sometimes it's nepotism. Yes. Those people are always going to get ahead of you. It just is what it is. If I had a wonderful position that I could give one of my nephews and I know he's going to make more money with me than working for some corporation, I'm going to hire my nephew. It is what it is. It's just because on a large scale, certain people that look a certain way don't have these rights. They don't, not rights, but they don't have these, luxuries. That's the only reason that companies are being forced to hire people. It's because the people they're trying to, that want to get hired don't have the luxury in their culture, in their group. Their groups as a whole have not really gotten structure. That is more of a Diamond Dave topic. This is more light and fluffy. I want you to stay motivated today. So I'm going to get off of the DEI thing, but I was so inspired by Cherie because she's so straight to the point. So shout out to her. Go subscribe. Let me adjust my light real quick here, guys. Hold on. Let's see. How can I do this without knocking my camera? Okay. Well, that's a little bright. Hold on. Let me turn it down, y'all. Ooh, that is too bright. Okay. Anyway, we're going to have to rock it out. I'm going to get out of here, hopefully within like 30 minutes or something. Anyway, keep on coming in and liking the stream. So what is the solution to this? If you're finding that where you are isn't really where you want to be when it comes to this DEI situation, well, I'm going to tell you what I tell most of the people that call me over at mycreditcall.com. You're going to have to start a business, baby. When you start a business, guess what? That diversity, equity, and inclusion, it still exists in the business world. If you're a Black woman and you have a Black-owned business, or a Black man, we have the one drop rule. If you are a Black person and you start a business, there are grants and there are loans and things that you can get based on your race, right? There are things you can get. There are things you can get based on where you live, based on your zip code. You can get certain loans and all kind of stuff to start your business. So DEI works everywhere. It's just that if you're able to get a loan from your federal government or from some local entity or some bank that just wants to do charity work, the point here is take advantage of it. DEI is not a bad thing when you go and you utilize it in small business. DEI is amazing for small business, right? Because if you are going to have somebody look at you for your color and give you something based on that, it better be some money. I don't want no job because I'm Black, but I will take that $50,000 small business loan because I'm Black. Hell yeah. I remember telling my old mentor that in LA. I was like, yo, is it moral to take a loan because I'm Black? And he's like, yup. So that's what you should be taking it. And that's how I know when I hear the arguments back and forth, that is how I know that the people that are talking do not understand business. I know that the people that are whining about DEI disappearing are the whiny younger sibling. I know that is who you are. There is no shame in that. Be the whiny younger sibling. Look, I've been cursed. I'm sorry about my mess in the background, y'all. I've been cursed with the middle child syndrome. That's why I'm so damn defiant now. Okay? That's why I'm a little spicy, because I am a middle child. Okay? I'm a middle kid through and through. That's why my name is on my chest. Okay? Got it from the mud, baby. That is what middle children do. So I want to talk about starting a small business. When I talk to people during our consultations over at mycreditcall.com, they always think that it's a credit score problem or a money problem or a debt problem. It's not that. It's really just that you don't have enough money coming in because you haven't really tapped into the skills and resources that you have that are already within you. And the skills that you learned as a DEI hire, you should be bringing those into your business, right? That is why we've created the Small Business Blueprint, how to turn your daydream into dollars in 30 days or less. For the small freaking investment that you make in that course, the return you gonna get is crazy. And then you are gonna learn what DEI really is about. And then we'll see if you're gonna implement that in your company. Okay? Because when it is your company, you're gonna be less likely to hire somebody based on their color or their race or their nationality or their sex. When it comes down to if the skill set is there or not, you, my friend, are really gonna be tested to see if you truly believe in this DEI thing. Now that's as controversial as I'm going to get today. Let's go on to what I came to talk about. So starting a business, I know is super exciting and it's daunting, right? So that's why a lot of people don't want to do it. It's easier to get hired as a DEI person. It is, because all you got to do is exist. All you got to do is exist. Like when you work at Hooters, all you got to know is how to carry a tray and look hot in your little shorts. That's all you got to do. Now, the minute you start blowing up, weight-wise, you fired. Is that wrong for termination? No, because being hot is actually a stipulation of the job. It's a requirement. But anyway, when you go into business, you're going to see how insignificant color and national origin and all those things are when it comes to whether or not somebody has the skill set. When it's your bottom line, it's different. And that is the test of whether or not you truly believe in it. I believe in equity. I believe in fairness. That is the one thing in that entire title that I believe in. But you got to remember when it comes to equity, just like you want to be equal, which means you don't want to be treated special. You got hired because you're special. But when you get fired and when the requirements of doing your job come into play, you get treated like everybody else on a level playing field. So you don't get the freedom of saying you got fired because you're a woman, because you're black, because you're Hispanic, because you're this or that. You don't get the right to say that because they brought you in because you were that thing. They can't equally turn around and fire you because you're that thing. It's not that. It's that you were the last to come in because you got hired based on a brand new policy. That's it. And you don't have the skill set because when you got in, you may not have taken advantage of the opportunities. If you're a diversity, equity, and inclusion hire, guess what? This is what you should be doing. You should be using tuition reimbursement. You should be going to school. You should have that job pay for your education so you can bounce out of there and go utilize that degree somewhere else. That's what you do when you're a DEI hire. You don't just, walk around high and mighty and doing half the work. You're doing it wrong. And that's how I know the people that are piping up the most about it are the ones that aren't working that hard. Moving on. When I talk to y'all during these consultations, we talk about how can you get more money? So I take the temperature of my client because a lot of y'all are real receptive until I tell you to your face, you got to get a job, a second job, a third job. I could see that y'all don't want to do it. And that lets me know, oh, okay. Well, your only other option, obviously cut your expenses, but you got to start a business. Y'all don't want to hear that either. So what's the solution? Be a DEI hire somewhere and then get fired? No. So let's talk about why y'all are so fearful when I say start a business. Y'all start shaking in your boots. So number one, there's some fears, right, that come with taking that leap. But that's what the course exists for, so you can stop being scared. I'm single. I'm a woman of a certain age, and I went out and I did it anyway. Because contrary to what the internet will have you believe, when you are solo on your dolo, you have the ability to do whatever you want. You're not supposed to focus on where you don't fit in and all the people that don't want you and all the walls you're supposed to be hitting. Oh, okay. Well, now that I've hit this wall, and if I don't matter and I'm invisible to everybody, then guess what? I can make magic now because none of y'all are looking at me anyway. Ladies, this is for my ladies. You gotta stop buying into what these people are trying to sell you. If you are alone, that is the best time for some alchemy. That's the best time to be your own person because apparently nobody cares. right? Nobody cares. I love it. So let's talk about these main 3 fears and how to overcome them. I am not going to be here all day. So when it comes to business, and the first thing that I outlined in my my blueprint for small business is the fear of financial instability. Business already has financial instability baked into it. That is why you keep your job while you're starting your business. So in my course, I give like 75 to 100 small businesses that you could start. No matter what your skill set or your talents are, your natural talents, you are going to find something in that list that matches you. Okay. So fear of financial instability, it really is because you may not have a hold on your finances on a personal level either. Now, I'll say when I started my business, I did charge a lot of things, and that's just what we do as business owners. That's why everybody wants business credit. Hello. Now, I know you're afraid of your initial investment. That makes sense, but small business doesn't take a lot to start. If you have to get supplies, okay, that's different. But if you're talking about, registering with your Secretary of State, okay, and here in Virginia, it's $50 to literally go with the Secretary of State, $50. Okay. Now, unpredictable income. I understand that that's an issue too. My income is never the same month to month to month. Even my YouTube check fluctuates, but I have been getting a YouTube check steadily every month for the last 4 years. So that's always going to be, in my opinion, a income source that I will have unless they shut the channel down. So I don't get too controversial. I make sure that everything that I talk about is above board, maybe a little risque, but not enough that it's going to cut off my money. YouTube did play with my money one time. They did. And I talked about it and then I disappeared. Y'all be wondering why I don't post that much. It's because YouTube will play with your money. Now, a lot of y'all are also worried about debt and bankruptcy. This is all within the financial umbrella of your fear of starting a business. If you get that deep, then file bankruptcy, whatever. It's going to take 7 years out of your life to clean it up. That's why you come to me for credit repair. Hello. It's not the end of the world if that happens. Debt, you are going to have debt as a business owner. Many business owners take on debt to leverage into something else that's going to give them a return on their investment. Now, the ways we mitigate this is by having a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? So have a detailed business plan. Oh, guess what? We cover the business plan in the small business blueprint. Turning your daydream into dollars. Hello, because a lot of y'all on this Thursday, you're going to go into your job daydreaming today. You're going to be daydreaming about starting your business. I know you are. And like I said, I'm honored to be the person that's talking to you right now. Budgeting, that's easy, right? Maybe it's not, but I can help you with that. So book your call over at mycreditcall.com. We'll talk about the budget and get the numbers together. Funding options. We talk about funding options in the course as well. That course is a 360 of everything you need to do to start a small business. Okay? And then if you want to do DEI in your business, go ahead and do it. The government can't tell you not to do that. Okay? They can't. They really can't. You just got to be slick about how you implement it. Not legal advice, by the way. Now, the second biggest fear that I run into with all my clients is fear of failure. Everybody has a fear of failure. That is so human and so natural. As a matter of fact, it's one of the ways that you know that you're human. So I love fear, because fear is really just your brain telling you that it wants to keep you safe. That's all. But it wants to keep you safe, whether keeping you safe keeps you stagnant or keeping you safe keeps you complacent. Your brain doesn't know the difference. Your ego technically doesn't know the difference. So it's okay. Now, fear, it's a pervasive concern, right? And you fear public embarrassment. Do you think I'm embarrassed that I come on here and maybe don't get all the views that I want? No. And here's why. I'm not embarrassed to come on here and talk to you guys and maybe talk to the wind for an hour or two every day. I don't care, because I'm perfecting my craft. While some people are getting up and going to their jobs, which is honorable, I'm sitting here building my business. You see the difference? You see the difference? I'm waking up because I want to. If you're going into a job, you're waking up because you partially have to. And I don't want that for you. Okay? So let go of that fear. It's not fair. And you're also fearful of your reputation. I don't care that there are people out there that think I'm a little too abrasive. When y'all talk to me on those one-on-ones, y'all know me. I'm sweet as pie. I'm sweet as pie. I love talking to y'all. And some of y'all, I'm too nice to you. And you literally say to me, oh my God, Victoria, I want you to be meaner. I want you to be harder. I've had people tell me that. They literally are like, no, I called you and I want you to talk to me. Like, tell me what I need to know. And if you insult me, it's okay. I've had clients tell me that. And I'm sitting there like, oh, maybe I'm in the wrong business. Maybe I need to go get some whips and chains and some. Y'all sound like you want to get beat. But people want it to be given to them straight. So stop worrying about your reputation. Okay? I come up here because I'm enriching myself doing this. And in turn, I'm feeding you. And I'm giving you the skill that you're going to get and give to your family for the rest of your life. So I'm not worried about my reputation. If my reputation is giving it to you straight, if my reputation is, you know what, that girl came on live streams every morning and gave me motivation to get my stuff together, even though it was just me and her sitting there or me and two other people sitting on that live stream, that girl did that. Okay? That's the reputation I care about. I don't care if y'all think, oh, look at her, ha, ha, ha. Why are you not doing it? How many microphones have you gotten on? How many stages have you gotten on? How many people have asked you to travel out of state to go speak to their audiences? Oh, none? That's where you and I are different, right? It's not about being cocky, but I'm telling you, couldn't care less about what y'all think about my reputation. It's people in this state right now that would probably tell you something crazy about me, which is libel and slander, by the way. And if I ever find out one or two people are doing it, I'm coming after you. Y'all, that was something personal. Anyway, and has nothing to do with business. It's in my personal life. But don't worry about your reputation, baby, because you're building it as you go with your business, right? Get on live stream. Early morning is the best time for me because I'm most creative in the early morning. I'm the most creative. So I can talk, I can just off the rip, right? Know yourself, right? So don't worry about your reputation. I'm just saying that. Don't be a scallywag, but also, but how you mitigate these concerns, as far as your fear of failure and your reputation and what are people going to think? Well, they're going to think in the back of their head, well, damn, me and that person came from the same place. How is she doing what I wish I could do? Where does she get the nerve to do the thing I wish I could do? I am one of the only business owners in my family. My family is cops, aerospace people, and just now, after their aerospace careers, they decided to go into real estate. Real estate agents still have to hang their broker's license somewhere. I don't have to hang my license nowhere. I don't. I work for myself. I don't have to hang a license anywhere. I don't have to do a pass through to get some money, give some money to another person so I could get some money. By the way, I actually am doing an affiliate program for the Small Business Blueprint course. So if you want to be an affiliate and promote it to your audience, you will get a cut. Yes, my percentage is generous because I could do that. All right. Now, the third and final fear is experience and lack of knowledge. Now, many prospective entrepreneurs fear that they lack the necessary experience. Guess what? You're not going to know until you get out there. It's sink or swim, baby. That is the beauty of it. Do you think I knew what I was doing when I got in my truck and drove across the country with my stuff and said, I'm going to Virginia and you can't tell me nothing. I'm going to stop in every state on the way. I'm going to spend the night. I'm going to sightsee. I am going to live this up because California, it was real, but I'm trying to see the country, baby. Do you think I was experienced in that? Well, okay, yes, I did try to go live overseas for a little while. I spent some time over there. So, I guess I do have a habit of leaving home, but this is more of a permanent thing. I'm probably never going back to California. I don't have experience in that. I didn't have experience in credit repair when I started. I don't have experience as a consultant. But I realized as I'm talking to my credit repair clients, Y'all sometimes just need somebody to talk to. And it's not a credit issue, it's a debt issue, it's an income issue. So I said, what the heck? I'm a consultant. I don't care about my lack of experience or years of experience. I've been in this for 5 years, you guys. So I have the experience, but there was a day when I didn't have the experience. I didn't wait for somebody to tell me it was okay. I just did it. Back to the thing about they tell us we've hit the wall. They tell us that you're too old. If they age you out of your job, guess what? You are still you. There is something out there that you can dive into and make something happen. By the way, join the free Facebook group and we can talk about it there. Tell me what you want to do and I'll give you some keys, okay? Some keys to the kingdom, baby. Credit Pro Academy, #1 on Facebook. Free group. You have to answer a couple of questions to join. Please do not spam. We will kick you out right away. But ask your questions. I monitor every question that goes in because until y'all start acting right, we're going to have to monitor like y'all some babies. Okay? But I love y'all. I love y'all beyond measure. I don't even know you and I love you. And I love you so much. I'm coming on here to be a little beacon of hope during your morning ritual of getting in the shower. You're going through the motions. You are on autopilot right now. I want you to start engaging yourself and start your small business to pursue your creative talents, to pursue what it is that you were actually born with. You weren't born to be a worker for the rest of your life. Now, there is honor in work. But if you have a burning sensation in your gut every day that you are going to a place that does not appreciate you, you better start this business. Remember, Lisa Nichols started her speaking company in her closet. I got an amazing closet right here that if I close myself in there in the dark and start speaking into this microphone, my voice sounds like butter in that closet. I've been thinking about becoming, a narrator for audiobooks. Because my voice is amazing. Okay? And I don't need anybody to tell me that. I have now accepted, girl, you got a good voice. Okay? So, you don't need experience. All I got to know is how to pronounce words correctly. All I need to run this business right now is the nerve to get up every morning and talk to y'all. That's all I got to do. So bump experience and maybe that DEI job that you got, get the experience there. Let it trickle into your business. Start your business as your 5 to 9 after your 9 to 5. You have to. You're going to be uncomfortable for a little bit. That's the first thing I tell all my clients. You're going to be uncomfortable. What are we going to do about it? Right? So, why is the non-experienced thing making you so fearful? It's hard. It does have some complex elements to it. Read the E-Myth Revisited, and you're going to find out what you are. Okay? Are you better at operations? Are you better at creativity? Are you better at actually doing the numbers? Are you organized? You're going to find out who you are when you read that book. Like the stream as you're coming in. If you're still here, if there's 1 or 2 of you here, you have no idea how much I appreciate you. Okay? Skill gaps. Individuals may feel like y'all lack specific skills. Again, who cares? Get those skills at your job. Take classes after. Go to Toastmasters on the weekend. Go to meetup groups. I told y'all I am now a mentor here in the city of Richmond, Virginia. I am practicing my public speaking with those kids. I will say it every day. Young people, especially teenagers, they difficult to talk to. But if you can get through to one of them, baby, that is a skill. That is a skill. You are now a snake charmer. Children aren't snakes, but I mean, if you can get a kid to trust you and open up to you and tell you the things you need to know so you can start to pour into them, you, my friend, are a speaker for life. Okay? And being a business owner involves constant learning. So I know so many people that I talk to regularly that are also business owners that are focused on perfection. There's a reason I come on here every day now, because I don't care about perfection. Go through my discography of videos. The best videos that I've done don't have high production. It's when I'm coming on and being myself. I am not rocking the boat or reinventing the wheel because I am the gift. I was given the gift. I was tasked with coming to you every day to get momentum every day. This is the daily momentum. Okay, the daily momentum. And every day I get on here, I'm going to make it count, which is the new initiative for PX Credit Solutions. Make it count. Every day you've woken up this morning and you felt like crap, make it count. Those hours that you spend commuting, wearing that company's name on your chest instead of your family's chest or name or crest. You know, people have family crests. I went to school with people that families had a crest. Regular people, but they have a crest because their name means something to them. This is the daily momentum. Make it count. I am making every tragedy I've ever had in my life count now. It has to count for something. I'm not going to get preachy because I felt it coming up. But make it count for something. You got into debt. Okay, you made mistakes. You booked the consultation with me. Now make it count. Make all the hard lessons that you got. Every love that didn't work out. Every job that didn't work out. You get fired as a DEI hire. Okay. But make it count for something. Pivot that into another direction. Start your business. Do something where you have the freedom to be who you are supposed to be. Even if you have your job, you still have this creative outlet that is your business, that you run and that you create and that you systematize and that you make yours. They tell us, you'll never have babies. Hey, okay, cool. My business is my baby now. I'm going to nurture it. That's what I'm going to do. So I don't want anybody, male, female, whatever. Do not let these companies and these businesses hire you just because of something superficial, man, or your identity. No. Your business is for your identity. Your job is just a job. That is not your identity. Okay? I don't ever want to be hired because I'm black. Don't hire me, dude. Don't. Okay? Now I ain't getting too preachy now. I'm done. So get the education and the training. Do Toastmasters. It's free. Go to meetups. Go to book clubs. Mentor. Go to places where you can speak freely or where you can learn to speak eloquently. Go to a meetup or a networking event by yourself. I'm going to give you a trick that I did one time. I will never forget this. I walked into a party once and I was so scared. I walked into the bathroom and I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, hey, you're here. You drove all this way. Start by the door and work your way around. Just say hello to everybody in the room. Do you know every person that I said hello to? Hey, hello. Look at you. I love those shoes. Oh, I love your hair. Oh my girl, you look good. I know you came here to meet somebody tonight, girl. You look good. It's not hard to do that. And every person in that room said, this is a great event. Did you put this together? Just because I decided, hey, we're going to start at the door and we're going to make our rounds. Simple. So all of this, I got to go to school. I got to do this because, no. Yes, you can. There's no shame in that. But you can also get your training and your skills in your spare time by just becoming social. Y'all, I know, I'm preaching. What did they say? Was R.C. Blake said I'm preaching better than y'all shouting. It's okay. I'm about to go. It's been 39 minutes. I got to go. So continuous learning. Learning is not just in the classroom. It's on YouTube. It's on the radio. You're learning from your people that you deal with every day, your family. You're learning from everybody. So I'm telling you, stay open and receptive. Start your small business. Your future self will thank you for it. I want you to meet the you on the other side of your debt. I want you to meet the you on the other side of this 9 to 5. Meet you. That is what I do this for. Okay? I am Ashley Victoria Langford. I am your credit solutionist, and I approve this message. I will see you guys on the next video, and we'll get down tomorrow if I could find something cool to talk to you about. Have a happy, amazing Thursday, and go and download the Small Business Blueprint. Follow the Facebook group, and I'll see you guys next time.